Hey everybody, welcome back to yet another episode of my channel, where we go through a lot of the cybersecurity ethical hacking framework using Try Hack Me. And today, if you've been following me, we've been working with Burpsuite. Um, I do apologize if you've been waiting for this episode to come out. I've been back and forth with some family stuff, and I do apologize. So, we've gone through the last 8 episodes, 8 tasks explaining what Burpsuite is, the installation and download features, etc., etc. Next, we're going to be getting into the nitty gritty of what Burpsuite is, how it operates, and how it functions. This is where Burpsuite really starts to take off. So, this is going to be mostly the examples of how to use it, what it does, how it intercepts, and how it goes about intercepting traffic, manipulating traffic, and processing traffic to your web applications testing. So, right now, if you haven't already started, you should go ahead and start your machine, start your attack box, and we can go from here. I'm going to go ahead and pop out the work machine. Okay. We're going to exit into full screen. And we do that just by clicking that little button down there. And we are going to close this guy. All right, so we have a full view of what we're going to be doing today. So, to use Burpsuite Proxy, we need to configure a local web browser to redirect traffic through Burpsuite. In this task, we will focus on configuring the Burpsuite proxy by using Foxy Proxy extension in Firefox. Please note that these instructions provided are specific to Firefox. If you're using a different browser, you may need alternative methods or to use a Try Hack Me attack box. If I'm not mistaken, Firefox comes pre-installed for all of the Kali instances, so you should be on there. But to have Foxy Proxy, you are going to have to get it. So here are steps to configure the Foxy Proxy or the Burpsuite Proxy with Foxy Proxy. First is going to be to get and install it. So you're going to install it from the download site, Foxy Proxy Basic Instructions. I already have mine here, so it's always located in the top corner. I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. It's Privacy Badger. It's somewhere here. It's usually right here. It is. It's located in my extensions tab of my Firefox browser. I'm not going to be using that because I do want to be using the Try Hack Me box and using their platform as the means and methods in which we teach. So note that Foxy Proxy is already installed on Mozilla. So might as well just open up both of these. So if you haven't already, go ahead and open Firefox and open up Burpsuite. I'll let those load as we read through it. To access Foxy Proxy options, once installed, a button will appear on the top right of the browser where the extensions were. Like I showed you before, mine's in my browser. I have a lot of extensions. Click on the Foxy Proxy button to access the options. So while we wait for this, okay, there it is. Yep. There it is. You can see that it's disabled. You have Burp and you have Kato. Kato is very much so like Burpsuite. It is another interception tool, manipulation tool, but we are just going to be using Burp today. So when we do use Burp, we have to set up there's Burp. And as we went through this before, to open up Burpsuite Community Edition, we will hit next and start Burp. And this allows for Burp to run. Pretty straightforward. You can see that it's running Burp on the little icon right there, but we want to configure it. So we're going to hit Options, right? And we're going to follow the rest of the tasks at hand. So create Burp proxy configurations. In the Foxy Proxy pop-up window, click Options. This will open up a new browser tab with the Foxy Proxy configurations. Click Add to add the button and a new proxy configurations. We're going to go to click Add, which should be, thank you, Burp. Okay. Options. There's add. Let's see if I missed something. Foxy Proxy options. Options. Okay. It says container, theme default, incognito, auto backup. So this is a little outdated when it comes to what Burpsuite has. We did options, right? Options. Yep. Import pattern tester logs. Help. VPN proxy server. Unified code. Chrome. Okay. So the only add that I see is in relation to here would be to add. Now I don't want to add container ID, do I? Interesting. As you can see that this is completely outdated. Add import settings, import proxy list, synchronize settings, add defaults proxy settings. Let's see if I can do that from proxies. Yep. Okay, so instead of being in the options tabs, it's going to be in the proxy settings, and we're going to say add, and we are going to name this. I don't know why we're not just using this and configuring this. We're going to name this a convention, and we're going to be using a new proxy. So for some reason, they just, I don't know why they did it that way. Okay, we're going to title this Burp 2. Ooh, sorry. My eyes just started watering up. Sorry about that. Ooh, we're going to proxy it to our local machine, and we are going on port 8080. Host name, proxy IP. Sammy. This is different. 127.0.0.1, and this is going to be port 8080. And we are going to save it. That's what it's listed as, and that's what it's been identified as on the machine. So if you see it, it's not my fault. I did not mess it up. I am going to go take a look here real quick at the Burp 1. Yeah, so this is already set up. I don't know why that. I don't know why TryHackMe would have us do it this way. I'm going to disable this one by tilting that little tab, because this is already set up for. Yeah, this is already set up for the exercise. So add a proxy details, add proxy on the page. It'll fill in the values. It's going to be burp as a name. You're going to dial it back to your local machine, and you're going to be doing that from port 8080. I recommend that TryHackMe go ahead and update their systems, considering that this is completely outdated. Activate proxy configuration. Click on the proxy icon at the top right of the box of the browser and select burp configurations. Burp. Let's see. Location. Log IP. Okay, go away. Okay, this room is completely outdated. Okay, and then here we are back to the options. So there's actually no. I don't know if we need to do this if it's already set up and ready to go. Okay, so let's read it. This will redirect your browser through the traffic. Turn off use Firefox burps options. My IP log. Note the burp must be running in your browser to make requests when configuration is activated. Enable proxy intercept by using in Burpsuite. Proxy intercept on. Test proxy, open Firefox, and try accessing the website. So let's go ahead and do that. For some reason, the proxy configuration is not working correctly with us. we are going to move on regardless. So we got burp going. We are going to close this. We are going to grab burp. We're coming over here to the proxy. Intercept is on. Don't know what the intercept is doing. Right? So it says intercept is on, and then we're going to go to the website. Okay, so from here, we're going to just close this down a little bit. Okay. Bear with me for a second while I adjust. Okay, so intercept is off. We're going to turn intercept on, and we're going to navigate to that page in which I was told to navigate to. All right, and it was 1067, 137, 113. All right, so HTTP. Let's get rid of that. HTTP. Boom, boom. 10.67. 67, 113. What? 113.137. Make sure this is right line last time. It's 3713. And that's why we do that. And we will go through that. Burp is on. So this is now getting the interception of traffic. So Burpsuite is now seeing this from Firefox, and it's grabbing all the information that's passing through this website, web server, and all that stuff, and it's being recorded by Burpsuite. This is what the basic of Burpsuite is and what it does. You can see all the information coming through. You can see all the GET requests, the POST requests, and that gets pushed through. You can see all the header information. You can see some of the encoding languages, the connection languages, priorities. There's going to be more that we're going to be doing when it comes to server manipulation and such. But for right now, all you have to realize is that this is coming through. Each request is going to generate its own bit of information as you get through this. But for right now, that is going to be the test of our proxy. So your browser will hang, the proxy will populate with the HTTP request. Congratulations, you've successfully interrupted your first request. So you can see also that this website has not gotten to any of the pages. If we were to sit here and turn Burpsuite off, and you got the Bastion host, that's where the site was going. So it intercepts and it blocks websites, but it's getting all the information that's being pulled onto that website. So then we would go to history, HTTP history, and all of that was coming through here, right, is now caught and captured in real time. It's an extraordinarily important and useful tool when you're doing pen tests, especially when you're looking to do website and web application testing. So extraordinarily useful, and we will get more in depth with it as we go through. So things to remember: when the proxy configuration is active and intercept is switched on, is switched on to Burpsuite, your browser will hang whenever you make a request. This is absolutely normal information and normal operations of how that works. So be cautious not to leave the intercept switched on unintentionally, as it can prevent your browser from making any requests. So while doing this, you cannot make any kind of post and get requests. So by right-clicking on Burpsuite allows you to perform various actions such as forwarding, dropping, sending to other tools, or selecting options from the right-click menu. Take note of these details as you begin to use Burpsuite Proxy. So this is where we're actually going to be getting into it. So consider closing other tasks in the attack box, closing browser before enabling interception, as you will receive some WebSocket request instead of the requests of the target VM. So if you have multiple tabs open here, Burpsuite doesn't recognize multiple tabs, but your Burpsuite proxy will be turned on. It means that all that information is going to be trying to be pushed through the proxy, and that's just not going to work. So Burp is back off, then that means that this is going on. Make sure burp is on, right? And we make sure intercept is on and off when we want to intercept the information as it comes. So we are done with that one, and I'm going to end the video at this point. I'm going to be following up each one in its own video. So task 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 are all going to be on their own tasks and episodes. So feel free to stick with me, and I will show you what is going on. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. I definitely love doing this stuff. So your comments definitely help, and I'm always trying to make this a little bit better. So like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.